Hello everyone, welcome to the Audit and Attestation class. In this class of assessing the risk and developing the planned response to those assessed risks, we'll be covering two major topics. First one is developing an overall engagement strategy, and then second one, developing detailed engagement plan. In that, we'll be understanding in detail non-audit engagement, which include attestation engagement, examination engagement, and in the end, we'll do some practice questions also. So let's dive into it. Now coming to the non-audit engagement. First one is attestation engagement. So what all things you will be keep in mind when you are developing the audit plan or attestation plan. First is detailed audit plan might not be required for attestation engagement, because when you are doing an attestation, you will be doing attestation for the one or two financial statement line item or disclosure. You might not be doing like entire financial statement audit. So that much detailed audit plan is not required, but required only for the specific assertion, specific financial statement line item, account balance, transaction or disclosure for which you are conducting the attestation engagement, right? Second is adequate documentation trail is important in line with the quality control standard. So you might have firm quality control standard, right, in which you need to ensure who is the preparer of the audit work paper or attestation work paper and who is the reviewer when the somebody has prepared and when the somebody has reviewed. Like in big consulting firm, they have like internal software in which they have like signing of procedure electronically, right? But small firm may not have that much technologically advanced, right? So they might be using like manual signing off for the preparer and reviewer, but that is mandatory as the quality control standard. Then nature, timing and extent of the planned procedure to be carried out to achieve the engagement objective. So in attestation engagement, you will be defining nature, timing and extent of procedure relating to those financial statement line item, account balance, transaction and disclosure which are subject to attestation. Right? Makes sense? What all things you need to do for the attestation engagement when you are planning for conducting an attestation engagement? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
जवाब देते रहो यार नहीं तो मुझे लगेगा मैं अपने आप को ही पढ़ाई जा रहा हूँ शक्ल भी मेरी ही दिख रही है सामने और किसी की शक्ल भी नहीं दिख रही है Okay, so we are about to close this topic. Don't worry, we are not so far. Examination engagement. Create a detailed plan that describe nature, timing, and extent of the risk assessment and the procedure performed for the subject matter. Examination is always for the subject matter of the particular account and disclosure, right? So far, if you see what we have studied, we have gone through the entire overview of chapter 3, which we'll be learning in this week and next 2 weeks. Then we jump into the 3.1 planning of engagement, which include audit engagement and non-audit engagement. So here we'll understand the overall engagement strategy, and then we discuss in detail audit plan. So we discuss for audit side, we discuss for non-audit side both, right? Now let's do some practice question, right? So first question, prior to commencing field work, an auditor usually discuss the general audit strategy with the client management. Which of the following matter do the auditor and management agreed upon at this time? So at planning stage, what management and auditor agree? The call of the question is very simple. At planning stage, what management and auditor agree? The determination of fraud risk factor that exists within the client operation, the coordination of assistance of client personnel in data preparation, the control weakness to be included in communication with the audit committee, appropriateness of entity plan for dealing with the adverse economic condition. Which one you feel right and why?
I think it should be the second one because in discussing the strategy, you said that it's a high level, it's something overview of the audit, entire audit that we are going to conduct, and we are deciding the strategy. All the other factors which are given in point 1, 3, and 4, all those are very specific, like fraud risk or control weakness, which I think would no.
ऐसा
Uh,
नहीं चलेगा. I wish you need to understand like why the first is wrong also.
Yeah, because maybe the fraud risk factor would be like, well, when we start the audit, we will be able to, while we have
Yes.
made the plan that we will be able to ask the management if there is a fraud risk factor.
Yes,
But
those comes in when you start executing. At
right,
very planning stage, you cannot comment on the fraud risk, right? Same as if you see the third point, control
yes,
weakness. When you test the control, then you will be in a position to comment anything on control
mm,
weakness, right?
yes,
And adverse economic conditions. So when those conditions comes, then only you will be in a position to comment on them. But at very early stage of the planning, you are just in a position to or agree with the management about the coordination and support required from the management, respective management personnel.
right, right.
Right? Make
Yep,
sense, everyone?
yes, yeah.
Rahul, Ankush, Sandeep.
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
Okay, so next question for you. An auditor should design the written audit plan so that why an auditor design written audit plan? All material transaction will be selected for substantive testing. Substantive test prior to balance sheet date will be minimized. Audit procedure selected will achieve specific audit objective. Each account balance will be tested under either test of control or test of detail. Why the auditor should design written audit plan? What is the objective of audit plan basically?
So to achieve the objective, audit objective.
Mhm.
So that's why I think all material transactions will be selected. This won't be the right because this won't form part of the audit plan. This we will be doing while during the audit.
Mhm. Yeah.
And coming to the second point, which is substantive test prior to balance sheet date, that's again the result of the first one when we will be doing the material transaction testing. So by
Mhm.
the end of balance sheet date, we will be getting minimized results.
Yeah.
And the if we talk about the fourth point also, that each account balance will be tested. It's based on the other materiality that we have selected to which account needs to be tested and to which level.
Yeah.
So that won't come under like as an objective. So from that perspective, I feel like we are designing the audit plan and writing it to achieve a specific objective, to achieve the objective that we have done all the audit or not.
Yep, absolutely true. Very good. Very well explained. If you go back and see, like when we have discussed about developing overall engagement strategies, detailed audit plan. So here also we have discussed about the objective of the audit session. So if you see, it is to develop to achieve the overall objective of the audit. So why you develop audit strategy and audit plan is to achieve the overall objective, right? Make sense?
Sir, here it is accused, sir. You have written as archive.
Oh boy. Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Cool. Okay. So third question for the day. In addition to description of nature, timing, and extent of planned risk assessment procedure and planned further audit procedure, which of the following additional piece of information should be documented in audit plan? So what you will be additionally documenting in your audit plan? That's the call of the question. First one is procedure performed to assess independence and the ability to perform the engagement. Second is other audit procedure to be performed to comply with the generally accepted auditing standard. Third is understanding the term of engagement, including scope, fee, and resource allocation. Issue with the management integrity that could affect the decision. So call of the question, in addition to description of nature, timing, and extent of planned risk assessment and plan further audit procedure, which of the following additional piece of information should be part of audit plan? So audit plan may, what things you will be additionally adding?
I think the key word in the question is that should be documented in the audit plan. So if
Yes.
we look at the question and ignore this part, we might think all the answers are correct because we have to do all this stuff in during the time of planning. So if we think about the stuff, we have to document in the audit plan. Definitely independence, we are not documenting in the audit plan. Understanding of the terms of the engagement, that is documented in the engagement letter itself. Issues with the management integrity and that could affect the decision to continue the audit engagement, that's a separate thing that will not be in the audit plan. I
That
think if
maybe
there are
will
issues
be
with the management integrity,
opinion. Yeah,
sorry.
sure. No, I think the Ankush, the last point you are saying might be in the at the opinion stage, right?
No, all these first, third, and fourth are at
Ah.
acceptance and continuous stage.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Because if there are issues with the management integrity, we will not even accept the
Accepting
engagement,
that.
continue the engagement.
Hmm.
So that's the problem. So the second answer is correct. General accepted audit standards.
Yeah, sounds good. So very good, Ankush. So now we have very small topic. Yeah, let's do this one. And then we can take a break. So next topic. So far, if you see, I think we have covered on really quick. I'll walk you. Planning engagement, overall engagement strategy, and detailed audit plan consideration. And we have done some practice on that.